I'm not gonna lie. I'm not satisfied with what Cincinnati did, bro. And they drafted a stud at edge. I mean,
that's a potential pick though. He ain't just there now, but like potentially.
They didn't really address the needs for real. Like they went basically all defense damn near, and the defense was terrible. Yeah. So you kind of had to, but at the same time, like you go an entire second round without no DBs, no safeties, no corners, no nickels, not even anyone that you want to just throw a bone to a potential dog out there.
I'm sure. What did they do in the undrafted free agent market?
I mean, shit, they had no choice.
Every year we have a team that looks like they walked away cheating the system, and there's another team that looks like they didn't even watch college football. So who we think are the biggest winners and biggest losers of the year's draft?
Me, I think I have two winners, but I'll start out with the first and see if anybody says my answer. I think the biggest winner of this draft was the Patriots. I think the Patriots did a real good job of addressing humongous needs on their team. O-line. What do you do when you get your first overall pick, number 4? You go draft the best O-lineman in the draft with Will Campbell. Now, I think he probably could have. Y'all could have realistically traded back and still got him at 6, at least right before the Jets got, because the Jets were going O-line as well. But I mean, for each his own. That was a good pick. But then Kyle Williams. Yeah. Kyle Williams is a sleeper. Kyle Williams is going to be a day one impact player, just like Tank Dell. When he came on the scene, I see that same level of impact in him. Travion Henderson, I mean, that was an amazing pick. I was sick to my stomach seeing him go off the boards because I wanted Houston to grab him so bad because I feel like he's that much of a difference changer. I think he was the better running back out of the two between him and Judkins. I mean, you can argue that or whatever, but I feel like he was the more complete back. Pass pro, I mean, he was everything that you wanted. They got the best center in the draft from Georgia. I mean, they did their job. I feel like New England, they're building the right way. I mean, you got Mike Vrabel there. They brought in some key free agents, obviously Milton Williams from the Eagles. They gave him that big payday. They brought in Stephon Diggs. Let's see how much that's going to be worth at the end of it. But, I mean, the Patriots, they did their thing in the draft. I'm excited to see them.
For me, I got two winners. First, I got to go show love to the Falcons, man. The amount of struggles that they had on that defensive side of the ball and the way that they addressed it to the likes of which they did, I mean, Pierce from Tennessee, they needed edge rushers. They needed pass rushers, and they got one of the best defensive linemen in the draft just off the rip, took care of business.
But before you finish, do you feel like they traded a little too much for Pierce?
I think to a certain extent you can make an argument, but when it's that unproductive, because their defense was porous last season. Yep. You gotta take some type of leaps, and you gotta take some type of leap of faith if you want to correct those type of issues, especially if you're trying to build a somewhat level consistent defense that's beneficial to the team. I think also when you add in guys like Jalen Walker and Xavier Watts, oh my goodness, that is a dog right there. I love Watts, man. That is a pure DB that has of the highest order that I have a lot of respect for out of Notre Dame. He is a dog. He's definitely going to see the field. I think a sleeper team that won the draft, in my opinion, man, the Broncos. And maybe I'm leaning too heavy into the defensive side of things.
Because that Barron shit.
Hey, they already had a great defense, and a lot of teams want to strengthen their weaknesses. Why not double down on your strengths, man?
Because your offense is anemic?
Your offense can be anemic, but we've seen anemic offenses make some shape.
They ain't making nothing shake with that crap.
Hey, you never know. You never know. The defense can sometimes take teams to heights that offenses simply can't during certain points in the season. So, like, you already know how I feel about Barron. For sure, I think he's the second best corner in the draft over Will Johnson. And clearly Denver felt that same way, too. And I'm glad that they sat up here and doubled down and strengthened an already stacked defense by adding another valuable weapon on that squad.
Pause. Are you subscribed to Check the Stat Podcast, man? While we on this pause, you make sure you go on that YouTube link and you subscribe to Check the Stat Podcast, or you're going to make my boy Omari sad, man.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Do you guys think that there's a team that quietly built the championship core?
Yeah. Kill me if you want.
No,
Nah. I'll say I can't even say the Eagles. I can say Baltimore. I like Baltimore. I like how they went defense in that drive, man. What's his name? Andrew and Buka from Texas, the safety.
Yeah.
That was a damn steal. I mean, if you watch Texas football this year, man, he was like
Wait, who?
Makuba.
I thought it was in Buka.
And Buka.
Ain't that the one that went to? Makuba went to the Eagles.
Right, regardless.
Makuba went to the
Oh,
Eagles.
I'm thinking of Malachi. Never mind,
Malachi Starks.
I was thinking that they both buried.
Yeah, Malachi Starks, Mike Green.
Let me do that. Nah, okay. I'm gonna shed some light on the Ravens. Yeah, them drafting Malachi Starks, man, putting them back there with Kyle Hamilton. I think that's gonna be crazy.
The only reason why I'm asking you this is because you said the Ravens.
Yeah.
Do you think that this move pushed them over the Bills?
That was the second best team in the AFC.
Sheesh.
Because I said championship core.
I think that.
I really don't think you can just truthfully say
I
that
can't
without seeing them actually play.
I think that's
I feel like their defense though is more of a problem, even though Baltimore, that's what they're known for.
they had a
You know what I'm
weakness
saying?
at that safety position outside of Kyle Hamilton. So
Right.
replacing Woods with a guy like Malachi Starks.
Right. And Malachi Starks, he's a ball hog. I mean, he's fast. He can hit, he can cover. You know what I'm saying? He's aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He's a great player. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Georgia play, I mean, Starks was all over the field. You know what I'm saying? Especially against like Texas. So I guess I can say like my second team. This is like a sleeper. I'm not saying it's like a championship team. Now I say my team. I say the Chargers. Only because, you know what I'm saying, they addressed the needs that they addressed everything in the draft. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no type of run game last year. I mean, we did for like a little bit. Like JK was straight, you know what I'm saying? But when he got hurt, week 12, I mean, there was no run game. When we played against the Texans, there was no run game. We forced the ball everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That ended up in interceptions or deflections. You know what I'm saying? So there was no run game. I like that we picked up Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith. Trey Harris, I mean, he was on pace to. He really could have went first round. He probably would have went like early first. No, not early first round. He was a high draft prospect. That's all I'm gonna say. He would have been higher if he didn't get hurt because of little sports hernia. But yeah, we picked up him and we picked up Keandre Lambert-Smith, 4'3" guy, speedster. He's a deep threat. He can catch. He's a good contested catch guy. He can run routes. He was the number one at Penn State and at Auburn.
I will say, not to cut you off, but for as much as I want to hate, I will say y'all didn't draft bad.
Nah, yeah, it's like if I graded it, I'd give it like a B minus, like a B plus. You know what I'm saying? It was
Probably a solid B.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
like
go
a
mine
solid
nor
B.
plus. Or B in the middle.
Y'all did what y'all had to do.
yeah, like if you watch the films on the players that we had drafted, they're all pretty damn good. Especially what's bro name? Kyle Kennard, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I want to shed some light on him. He's good, man. And he gave what's bro name? Will Campbell. That's the dude from LSU? Am I right? That's how you say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Campbell. I have to make sure. Yeah, he gave Will Campbell some problems. If you watch that tape, I mean, he sacked Nussmeier like twice. You know what I'm saying? So how did they let a SEC Defensive Player of the Year like slides around fourth? That's actually fucking crazy. But you know what I mean? I feel like the Chargers had a pretty solid draft. I mean, and they built around Herbert. You know, they addressed the needs. So yeah.
I think a team that, from Jesse's question, drafted players to build their Super Bowl core in a sense, or gave them a better chance than what they had prior, was the Chicago Bears. I think drafting Coastal Lebanon was a steal. I mean, people, are high on Tyler Warren, but I feel like Coastal Lebanon has extreme upside to be better than Tyler Warren. I think Tyler Warren is the more complete prospect in the run and the pass game. But Coastal Lebanon, man, his ability to run routes, I mean, he's down there like a slot out there. And then you got Luther Burden.
Yeah.
You got Luther Burden in the second round.
I don't know how you see that.
Guy that has Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel type potential slipped to the second round. I mean, people say character concerns or whatever. I mean, at this point, sure, I guess we can reference that back to like the Shador thing. Like, your talent, it don't matter about your characteristics or whatever. Because shoot, AB was an asshole. People were assholes, but if the talent speaks, they're gonna pick you. Yeah. So I think that's another thing that can go into that Shador topic. But I mean, they got Ozzie Truck. I don't even know how to say his name. Excuse me for that one. But he's the 7th ranked offensive lineman in the draft, and then Shamar Turner. I watched him at Texas A&M this past season. Man, he was
he was going crazy.
Game changer. So I feel like Chicago, they really bolstered up on the areas that they needed. To get bolstered, especially losing Keenan Allen in the offseason. I mean, Luther Burden slips in just like a glove, so now your receiving core, DJ Moore, you got Roma Dunze on the outside, and then Luther Burden running your slot with another year DeAndre Swift. I mean, Coastal Lovely coming in to really replace Cole Kmet. So I think they're really building a monster there. And let's see how Caleb Williams develops, but I think so far so good in the draft for Chicago.
I think to highlight what Jessie was talking about, who possibly who did the worst in the draft. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not satisfied with what Cincinnati did, bro.
And they drafted a stud at edge. I mean,
that's a potential pick though. He ain't just there now, but like potentially.
They didn't really address the needs for real.
Like they went basically all defense damn near, and the defense is terrible. So you kind of had to, but at the same time, like, you go an entire 7 rounds without no DBs, no safeties, no corners, no nickels, not even anyone that you want to just throw a bone to a potential dog out there.
I'm sure. What did they do in the undrafted free agent market?
I mean, shit, they had no choice.
That's true.